Could be yours. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, motivational and manipulating man. Dear Stephen Shirley, I'm married to a man that calls himself a preacher without a church. I call him a motivational manipulator. He goes on Facebook and says he's a prophet and he sees stuff differently than anyone else. He said he can sense when our dog has indigestion. Everyone in our house can sense it too because we can smell it. But we humor my husband. He tries to spook our kids into not doing things that he doesn't agree with. My daughter wants to be a majorette at her school, and my husband made up a statistic about girls not getting accepted into good schools if they had been shaking their booties in high school. The worst thing he did recently has made me ready to pack up and move out. I found out he had been talking to his ex and giving her advice on her current relationship. She was telling him things like she's lonely because her new husband goes days without talking to her, and that gives her anxiety. She said she's insecure because he hasn't had sex with her in 3 weeks. My sweet, manipulative hubby offered to comfort her by having sex with her to restore her confidence, and it was all in the DMs. I read it all. Now she feels bad for cheating on her husband, but my husband is stuck on stupid. When I asked him about the cheating, he said the sex meant nothing to him, and it was intended to be therapeutic for her. Does he really think that, or is he hoping I'm stupid enough to allow that? Does he need to talk to someone, or is he aware of what he's doing? Can you believe this? Yeah, I can believe it because he did it. And yeah, I do think he thinks you would fall for something like this. I really do, because he did it. And you did. You're writing us. I mean, he's a selfish, manipulative, controlling man, like you said, who truly believes that he is just that good. He can justify everything he does. That's why he told you the truth about him sleeping with her. He thinks that whatever he does is okay, and you'll just have to deal with it. And so far, you've been doing that. You know, he thinks because it's him, and he's got it like that. But the point is, you don't have to deal with it or take any of this crap. Why are you taking it? Why are you dealing with this? I mean, in what world is it acceptable for a husband to sleep with someone because she feels insecure? And he did it because it's therapeutic for her, he said. Come on now. Nowhere is this acceptable. And that's beyond stupid for him to think so, and for you to even be accepting this. He simply wanted to have sex with her, and she wanted him to. That's why she told him she was lonely and all that. So now what are you going to do? That's the question, because obviously all his ex has to do is give him a sob story, and your husband is back in bed consoling her, giving her therapy. This is a mess, and this is really, really, really stupid. Steve?
You say this subject is about a motivational and manipulating man. Okay. When really this letter should be about something else. The subject of this letter should be, Dear Steve and Shirley, what is wrong with me? That should be the name of this damn letter. What is wrong with me? Now, you're married to a man that calls himself a preacher, but he's not a preacher. He ain't got no church. He on Facebook. He say he's a prophet, and he sees stuff differently than anybody else. That's true. He says he can sense when our dog has indigestion. That's true. Because everybody in the house can too, because you can smell it. He tries to spook our kids into not doing stuff. Your daughter want to be a majorette at school. My husband made us a stat about girls not being accepted into good schools that shake their booties in high school. Dog, she a majorette. She's a majorette. It's okay. It's okay. She can still go to college and have been a majorette. It's okay.
In college, they have
It's okay, dog.
I like the way you're answering that.
Yeah, they're going to have that in college too. They're going to have a dance squad, all that. What's wrong? What's wrong with this lady? The worst thing he did was he made me pack up. He got you ready to pack up and move out because he had been talking to it. Now, this is where the letter really got confusing to me. She said the worst he did recently has me ready to pack up and move out. Mm-hmm. I found out he's been talking to his ex, giving her advice on her current relationship. Uh-huh. She was telling him things like she lonely because her husband go days without talking to her, insecure because they ain't had sex in 3 weeks. Then this is what her letter says. My sweet manipulative husband offered to comfort her by having sex with her to restore her confidence, and it was all in the DMs. I read it all. Mm-hmm. Then she jumped to, now she feel bad for cheating on her husband, which means they had sex.
Yeah.
But my husband is stuck on stupid. Your husband is stuck on stupid. When I asked him about the cheating, he said the sex meant nothing to him, and it was intended to be therapeutic for her. Good Lord Almighty. This is when lying has taken. See, this one people who lie give us that know how to lie a bad name. This is the worst.
Are you mad at the lie?
He's got this lady ready to pack up and move out, though, is he'd been talking to his ex, and she had been complaining that she's distant from her husband because sometimes he don't talk to her, and they haven't had sex in 3 weeks. And now that's making her insecure. So to help out, she said my sweet manipulative husband offered to comfort her by having sex with her to restore her confidence. Wow. And it was all in the DMs. I read it all. Now she feels bad for cheating on her husband, which means they had sex. And he said the sex meant, when you asked him about the cheating, asked. You read it all in the DMs. Then you went in and asked him about it. He said the sex meant nothing to him. And it was intended to be therapeutic for her.